We all did that for a reason, to be something bigger than ourselves, to do something bigger than just ourselves. And I don't know where you find that outside there, right? I would imagine in Ryan, in your job, that would be similar in the police force, because you guys are in that same type of environment that David explained. You're in a, you could be in a life or death situation. You have to depend on each other, right? And so I would hope, and I would imagine that your organization and firefighters and those type of organizations, that your well-being rests on your partner with you. You'd get some similar, but for me, I haven't left the Navy yet, right? I haven't grown up yet. I'm still doing what I did when I was 18 years old, and I absolutely love it. It's the best job I've ever had. So, I'm not necessarily looking forward to when that time comes and they force me, which is coming really quick. It's a freight train and it's coming.
Yeah.
So I just talked to some people in Millington a couple of days ago. That freight train is coming.
Yep.
But I'm not looking forward to it. I got to figure out, how to do that. And so getting to talk to you, David, this has been a highlight for me. Like I said, I read your book, and Leo gave it to me, and I made every department head on my ship when I was in command read your book, and we talked about it. And in my job now, where I command, it's about a 50-50 split between civilians and military. I've actually used some of your YouTube videos, your drawings that you've done, and I didn't realize you actually spoke them, because listening to you talk today, it sounds like the same exact voiceover on those videos you put out, David. So
I don't hire any voice actors. It's just me.
It was fantastic. When I was listening to you talk today, I'm like, oh my God, I've heard that already. And so I use those videos in my training session with my civilians who may have never experienced the stuff that David was talking about, that you've experienced in the military and all the veterans have experienced. Not all my civilians that work for me are veterans, but they've been lifelong civil servants, but it's still a different mindset.
Right.
And so using they loved it, and I had great conversations with them about it and stuff. So trying to I don't know what it's like and how to find that same purpose I think what you're doing now is not only your job as a police officer that you mentioned, but this podcast where you're trying to connect veterans and help veterans and help them be successful in that transition is a fantastic way to try and fill that gap that you talked about, right?
Yeah. And it's not just, I've had, we talked about it, civilians on as well, like, how do I civilian when I get out of the military? Well, you can't fully do it because that Army or Navy or Marines is always going to be a part of you. Right. So you can't fully civilian anymore, is what I say,
Right.
You have to do it in a different way.